Hello board game brothers and sisters, and welcome to another video where I'll be letting you know of board games launching on Kickstarter this week. It is Mother's Day, so make sure to give your mom a call if you haven't already. And with that being said, let's jump into it. So first, on May 12th, we have HEL, The Last Saga. That plays 2 to 4 players and takes about 1 to 2 hours to play. And this is actually created by the same 2 designers who created 𝗚𝗵𝗲 𝗟𝗶 by 𝗚𝗵𝗲𝗃. And this is a cooperative survival game where you're going to be playing as a Viking clan, fighting to keep their cultures and beliefs. In this game, you're going to lead a group of surviving Vikings, fighting to survive the cold, hunger, and external threats, all while completing quests to retain their heritage. This is a highly narrative game with a story, and you're going to be reading different chapters depending on what the players accomplish. And of course, this game comes with some pretty miniatures and some really nice artwork as well. Also on May 12th, we have Railroad Inc. expansions being released. There's the green expansion and the yellow expansion. And Railroad Inc. is a roll and write that plays 1 to 4 players, and it's a quick game that plays in about 15 to 30 minutes. These expansions come with both new dice, new rules, as well as some new environments. They're designed with player interaction in mind, so you can expect to bring more of that into the game with these expansions. The yellow has a desert climate and the green has a forest climate, which is nice because it brings in a few more different environments for your game. And then by Renegade Games, we have Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid, and this is a 2 to 5 player cooperative game, and it takes about 45 to 60 minutes to play. In this game, you're going to use action selection to protect 4 different regions against the evil Rita. As you progress, you'll unlock new powers and special abilities, eventually being able to release Megazord. Each game ends with a powerful boss battle, and of course this comes with some really cool miniatures as well. And then finally on May 12th we have Unoriginal, which is a small card game, and it plays 2 to 8 players and takes about 10 minutes to play. And in this game, players are going to be racing against each other to match their cards and be the first to use them all up. This game takes on the basic mechanics of Crazy 8s, but adds a new type of card to the game. This is called the Screw card, and it can allow you to perform different actions and modify the rules of the game. The Screw cards are about 20% of the deck, and they have different uses, which give you a lot more flexibility as you're playing the game. So for May 13th, we have Sheol, and that plays 1 to 4 players, and it's a cooperative exploration and combat game that takes about 1 to 2 hours to play. This game takes place in the future where humans have colonized the moon and unintentionally released the shadows from the dark side of the moon. The shadows have spread and overtaken the moon as well as the Earth, and the only humanity left lives on a small citadel located in the center of the board. Each player is going to be using action selection to build paths and explore areas beyond the citadel and fight back against the shadows. This is a story-driven game that has a full campaign as well as replayable missions. This game also has miniatures, but these ones really stand out. The citadel itself is really amazing, but I think it's very possible that the particular style of this game, being that you're trying to create light in a dark world, is going to open up a lot of cool possibilities while painting to really flex your OSL painting skills. This Kickstarter page is already open to the public in review form, so I'll leave a link to it in the description below. So the next game for May 13th is called Geode, and it plays 2 to 5 geologists and takes about 15 to 30 minutes to play. And in this game, you're going to be completing contracts to win victory points. It's a tile laying game where you're going to be laying cards to match colors to form a full geode. So each tile has a value, and when you complete a geode, you'll be able to sum that value, and if you have a contract that matches that value, you can then complete that contract and get the victory points associated with it. And then on May 14th, we have the Belgian Beers Race, and I already covered this in a previous week, but it was postponed to this week, so I'll just leave a link to my previous video at that timestamp if you want to hear more about this one. And then also on May 14th, Maharaja will be launched, and it's a reprint of the classic game with upgraded rules, graphics, and components. This game now plays 1 to 4 players, and each player is going to be taking on the role of a priest, traveling to different cities in India to serve their favorite gods, build statues, and expand their worship. The game ends when the player builds their 7th statue, and the player with the most prestige wins. That's all I have for Kickstarters launching this week, so now I want to take some time to let you know of what I backed last week. I only backed 1 campaign last week, and it wasn't a game, and that one's a campaign being launched by Secret Cabal, and they're a gaming podcast. I don't listen to these guys regularly, but I do listen to them occasionally. And as a fellow content creator, I know how much work it is to put content out for the community, and it definitely warrants some support if you're able to offer anything. And that being said, if you want to help me out and help me create better content, I do have links in the description for anyone that wants to make donations. And that's all I have for you this week, so remember to keep that shelf cluttered and the table full. And call your mom, it's Mother's Day.